Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're just stopping by for the first time, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. So today I'm going to be showing you how I glammed my beautiful bride up. So this was my bride yesterday. As you can see, my bride is so pretty. She's a beautiful dark skin girl. So please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please click on the subscribe button and let's get started. So right now I'm cleaning her face using my face wipe. How much I miss, I know. So next thing, I'm going to be moisturizing her face. So I'm using my Cetaphil face moisturizer to moisturize her face. So now that I'm done moisturizing her face, I'm going to be priming her face using my milk of magnesia. So this product helps your makeup last longer. So if you don't have it in your box, as a makeup artist, try and get it. You would love it. But you don't use this product on a dry skin. Someone with a very dry skin, you don't use milk of magnesia. If not, your makeup will break. But if you must use it, you just know the areas to apply it, not all over the face. So next, I'm going to be applying this liquid highlighter from Nubanbeauty. Like I said in my previous video, this is optional, it's not compulsory, but it just helps to achieve a glowy base, that's all. So I'm just using my brush to place it well on her face. So moving on to foundation, I'm going to be mixing 2 shades of foundation. I'll be listing the name and the shade in my description box. But before applying foundation, I'm going to be hydrating the skin. The reason why we sprayed the face before foundation is because the primer on her face is already dry. So if you don't hydrate the skin, it will be difficult for you to blend the foundation. So when you hydrate the skin with your setting spray, it helps you blend the foundation properly and it will help your makeup stay longer. On to contour, I'll be using a color slightly darker than her skin color to contour her face. I will also list the product in my description box. So moving on to blush, I'll be using my Champion Creation Cream Blush. I'm just gonna mix these 2 shades here. So next, I'm going to be highlighting her face using my LA Gear Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn to highlight her face. So next, I used my beauty sponge to blend the concealer on the highlighted area. So now that the concealer is well blended, I'm going to be setting the concealer using this Royal Powder palette. So I'm just using that shade there to set the areas I highlighted. So next I used my small blending brush to set properly, especially the areas I couldn't set with my beauty sponge.
Baby, you give me ice and...
So to set the rest of her face, I'm using my Milani compact powder in the shade medium. So I'm just gonna use my powder brush to set the face properly.
You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby.
So next is to contour her nose. I'm using the same powder palette. So I'm just gonna use a shade slightly darker than her skin color to contour her nose.
I'm thinking, baby, it's just me, your body, and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain.
So next is to contour her face. I'll be mixing these two shades here from my Adventure powder palette to contour her face.
You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead.
So I went back using my powder brush to apply some powder on her face in order to blend it properly.
You, baby, so I stand up and speak my mind. Oh.
So everything is well blended. I'm going to be setting her face using my Kiss Beauty Fix Spray. So I'm just gonna let her face dry. Then after that, I'm going to be baking her face and doing reverse contour. So I started by doing reverse contour. This would help lift the cheeks up. And yeah, so after this, I'm going to be baking her face as well.
Don't leave me high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of...
So I used Merak cosmetic setting powder in the shade Cinnamon to bake her face.
You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, oh.
So moving on to the brows, firstly I'm using my spoolie brush to brush her brows. Then I went ahead using my brow time, so I'm just going to take a little of it and apply it on her brows. This would help lay the hair nicely.
Oh, oh.
So next I'm going to be drawing the outline using my Karite gel liner. So to highlight her brows, I mixed her foundation shade together with the concealer I used in highlighting her face. So I mixed these two shades to highlight the beginning of her brows. So to highlight her brow bone area, I used LA Girl Pro concealer in the shade Fawn to highlight her brow bone area. So next I used my small blending brush to blend the concealer on the highlighted area. So next I did the other brows following the same method. So next is to highlight the top of her brows. I used the same concealer I used in highlighting the beginning of her brows to highlight the top of her brows. So next is to set the concealer. So I'm using this shade from my Adventure Powder palette to set the concealer on the highlighted area. So moving on to eyeshadow, I'll be using my Karite gel liner, the brown shade. So I'm just gonna apply it on her lid, and I will also blend it afterwards to avoid drying. So next I'll be using this shade from my Kylie eyeshadow palette. So I'm just gonna use this to blend it out to avoid any demarcation. So next I'm using this golden color from my Beach Wave eyeshadow palette. So I'm just gonna use my flat brush to apply it on her lid. So next I added a little pigment on her lid. This pigment is from Avour Cosmetics. So next I added a lighter gold here using my small brush. So next I'm going to be lining her upper lash line using my Karite gel liner. So for her waterline, I'm using the same gel liner to line her waterline. So moving on to mascara, I'm using my Zaron mascara to darken her natural lashes just to give it volume. So moving on to blush, I'll be using my House of Tara blush palette to blush her cheeks. So next I'm using my Fair Up bronzer just to give the skin a healthy glow. So next I used my small blending brush to blend the areas I highlighted and also dust out the excess powder on her face. So next I used my contour brush to blend the areas I contoured. So next I'm using my Zaron mascara on her lower lashes. So So next I used my powder brush to blend the rest of her face. So moving on to lashes, I'm wearing her lashes from Wynk lashes. I'm just gonna use my finger to place it on her natural lashes.
You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry.
So next I'm using my finger to press the lashes together with her natural lashes. So I went back using my powder brush to blend her face again. So next I'm using my Kiss Beauty Fix Spray to set her face. So I'm just gonna let her face dry. Next thing, I'm going to be highlighting her face using my maivels glow dust.
You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight.
So next I applied the little highlighter on her lower lash line.
Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get
So next I used my powder brush to blend the areas I highlighted.
But I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up.
So moving on to her lip, I'll be using this Nubanbeauty lipstick to line her lip. So next I applied this nude color from my Blossom lip palette just to brighten up the lip. So next I used this brown shade from my Blossom lip palette just to line the lip again.
You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight.
So next I'm going to be applying some lip gloss on her lips. So next I added a little Tame Essential Glow and Shine on her cheeks.
You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh.
So next I went back using my Milani Compact Powder, the medium shade, to dab the areas I highlighted. So lastly, I'm going to be using my Kiss Beauty to set the face. Then next, I'm going to let the face dry, and yeah. So this is the final look, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. My bride looked so beautiful yesterday. So please, if you enjoyed watching this video, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't, please. Yeah, I love you guys for always coming through. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.